right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744, and today, guys, we do our stream. So you guys voted to do open hangouts, so I guess we'll do open hangouts from now on. So the link is out there in the community tab if you want to join. And yeah, like I said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So let me see what you guys are saying here in the chat. So I'll give like a few minutes for people to hop in. And we have like a lot of stuff to discuss. We're going to talk about Copa del Rey. We're going to talk about La Liga, talk about EPL, talk about Serie A, and Bundesliga. So we're going to I think we're going to start with the EPL first. So yeah, let me see if I can get my notebook. Where's my? Oh, it's right there. So let's see what you guys saying here in the chat. All right, so if no one joins like 5 minutes, then I'll just do it by myself. That's fine. So where's my pencil? Okay. We're waiting for people to join. All right, where is everyone, man? Just waiting for you guys to join the chat. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining Euro Cherry. SKFC says, "Yo, what's up, man? What's up?" All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's start with the first topic we got here. It is the EPL, guys. EPL. So let me show my screen. EPL, man. EPL. So we're gonna start with the first matchups. So we're gonna start with round 21. Sorry, round 20. Oh, actually, we do have to talk about round 21 because we didn't have a stream midweek. So I'll quickly go through the midweek games, but we're not going to spend too much time, obviously, because, there's a lot of games. So we got the first game we got here, Brentford 2, Manchester City 2. I think Manchester City's bogey team is Brentford. They typically stand to struggle against Brentford, and you have to give credit to Brentford for managing to turn this game around, making those for Wisa and Norgvald to come off the bench. Well, actually, the two players scored the goal. So, yeah, I mean, obviously for City, Phil Foden had a good game. Obviously scored the brace there himself. Good to see. And I just think for Manchester City, man, it's a bit of a disappointment, the defense. But, Manchester City have made some signs at January window. They signed Kusanov. They signed Marmouche. And I think they signed the Reese guy. And I think they're about to sign someone from Juventus. So I think for Manchester City, KDB also looked decent. Holland didn't get the score, which is surprising. But, yeah, I think for Manchester City, they're obviously going to be disappointed. But, hey, at least they didn't lose. Right? So, shout out to Manchester City Brentford for managing to pick up a point from there from home. Then Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2. Chelsea, man, they really fumbled it, man. I really thought Chelsea would do it. They led 1-0. Great goal there from Cole Palmer. Nico Jackson there with assist. And then obviously Bournemouth turned it around with Justin Kluivert coming off the bench, the 22nd minute, scoring the penalty, the Semeno. Then obviously Reece James coming back from injury, scored a free kick on his return. And that was a fantastic free kick. Amazing free kick there to make it 2-2. I didn't think to myself, okay. Chelsea, man, really disappointing there for Chelsea. I believe there's now 5 games in a row where Chelsea haven't won a game. Guys, Chelsea haven't won a game since it beat Spurs. That's the last time Chelsea have won a game at the Premier League was when they played against Spurs. And guess who Chelsea's playing up against next, guys? Next weekend, they're playing against Manchester City. Well, they have Wolves tomorrow, which, let's be real, they should win. But that's going to be interesting. And for Bournemouth, as I said, man, very good. I think Bournemouth's a very informed team. And I'm really excited to see how Bournemouth do because Bournemouth is such a good team. We're going to discuss about what they did against Newcastle yesterday in a bit. But yeah. The West Ham 3, Fulham 2. West Ham gets a big win at home against Fulham. And yeah, big win for West Ham indeed. Switch out to West Ham. The Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, 1-1 draw. Diego Jota scores a goal there. And I think Jota is really good. Him coming off the bench there at halftime was a big change. And you could just see that his presence is so important for this Liverpool team. And I feel like he's such a good player in that sense. Like, Jota is just fantastic, man. Fantastic player. And for Nottingham Forest, man, they almost did the league double over Liverpool. They got 4 points against Liverpool. Remember, that's the only team that been able to defeat Liverpool this season in the EPL. So you have to give credit to Nottingham Forest. I thought the first half they were fantastic. Liverpool weren't really great, in my opinion, throughout the majority of the game. First half, it was all Nottingham Forest. But the second half, man, Liverpool came alive, forced a lot of saves. Sells had to make some big saves there at the end to keep Nottingham Forest alive. And it's a huge point for Nottingham Forest. And for Liverpool, as I said, man, massive point for them. Playing up against the second place team in the Premier League. So you have to give them that. Then Everton 0, Aston Villa 1. Aston Villa got a win there on the road against Everton. Ollie Watkins scoring the goal there. So shout out to him. Leicester City 0, Crystal Palace 2. Not been looking great for Ruven Nestori. That's not been great for him. A lot of losses now in a row. And obviously Crystal Palace got the win there at road. Newcastle destroyed Wolves, as you would expect. Isak there with the brace, Gordon there. Isak's looking good, man. Isak's been really good, guys. Is he the most informed player in the Premier League right now? Because you could probably make an argument that he's the most informed player right now in the Premier League. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how Isak does for the season. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Then Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1. Arsenal got the win there at home against Tottenham. And in my opinion, I do feel like Spurs were hard done by. I feel like that shouldn't have been a corner. Son got the goal there. Great goal there from Son. Then obviously it was an own goal there from Solanke. And then Trossard scored a beautiful goal there. I don't know what Yves Bissouma was doing there. And yeah. And then obviously Arsenal got the win that they needed to keep themselves competing for Liverpool for the title. So yeah, shout out to Arsenal for the win there. Then Ipswich 0, Brighton 2. Brighton gets a win on the road against Ipswich. Mitoma there, Richard there with the goal. And yeah. The Man United 3, Southampton 1. Man United were in a losing position against Southampton. You know what's crazy, guys? Ahmed Diallo scored a hat trick in 12 minutes to basically save Manchester United. And fun fact for you guys, this is the first United player to score a hat trick post CR7. And I believe the last time Ronaldo scored a hat trick was, I believe, against Spurs. I think that was the last time he scored a hat trick. And I think it's a massive moment for Ahmed Diallo. And in my opinion, he is the best Man United player this season. And yeah, like I said, guys, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Manchester United because, Manchester United didn't do well today. And we're going to discuss about that. But they got a big win against Southampton. Massive win indeed. But as I said, though, being in a losing position against the last place team is bad. It looks bad. You shouldn't be in a losing position against the last place team. You shouldn't be. And if you are, there's something wrong with you. because that's unacceptable. That's simply unacceptable to be in a losing position against the worst team in the league. So now let's go talk upon today's Premier League games. Premier League match day 22. So round 22. So we got Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 4. All right, guys. So I got to ask this question. And by the way, 10 is not going to be joining today's stream, guys. 10 is not feeling too well. So maybe on the live chat, he'll let me know his thoughts on the replay. But man, I mean, how do you lose 4-1 at home to Bournemouth? I understand Bournemouth's a good team, and Bournemouth has been very much informed. I believe they have like the best record. I think that are they the most informed team? I think they might be the most informed team right now in the Premier League. It's them and Liverpool, I believe. And you can say Arsenal as well, Manchester City. But the thing with Bournemouth, I think these guys have been good, man. Bournemouth's been great. I mean, 4 women on the road against Newcastle is crazy. And Newcastle have been good, guys. Newcastle, I believe the last time Newcastle lost was to West Ham, I believe. So Newcastle have been great in that sense. So you have to give credit to what Bournemouth did on the road. Justin Kluivert scoring that hat trick there as well. Shout out to him. The Kirk is there with the goal, and Bournemouth, man. Irala, man. Fantastic for him. And Justin Kluivert's a beast, and you have to give credit to Bournemouth, man. The Brentford nailed Liverpool 2. Darwin Nunez, man. Darwin Nunez. The thing with Darwin Nunez, guys, I've said this before, I'm going to say this again. Is he a reliable player? No. Darwin Nunez isn't a reliable goal scorer. But what this guy brings, he's a moments player. This guy can give you moments out of nowhere. And I feel like he's a moments player. And that's what Darwin Nunez is. And to win a league title, you need both consistent players and a moments player. And this was huge for Nunez because Liverpool were fantastic against Brentford. Brentford were very defensive. They were playing really well. I remember Liverpool haven't won a game. Like I believe it's the first. Liverpool had like 2 games winless. Remember? No, yeah, 3 games winless. Remember, they couldn't beat United. They couldn't beat Nottingham Forest, and they got a huge win against Brentford on the road. And I think it's a massive, massive win for Liverpool. And Darwin Nunez, man, the guys, man, he's a moments player, man. That's what he is, man. He is. Leicester 0, Fulham 2. Leicester, man, I think they're done. I think they're done, guys. I don't think Leicester City's surviving. Looking really bad. And Fulham, man, looking good, man. Fulham is looking great. And Leicester City, I hope they survive, but I'm worried for their sake, man. I'm worried for their sake. West Ham 0, Crystal Palace 2. Mateta there with a brace there. A brace there to give Crystal Palace a 2-0 win on the road. And West Ham have finally sacked the manager. They finally sacked their manager, Lopetegui, and brought on Graham Potter. We'll see how that turns out. And I think for West Ham, as long as they finish mid-table, that should be good enough for them. But yeah, like I said, man, very disappointing for West Ham to lose 2-0 at home. Yeah, sorry. Is my Wi-Fi better, guys? I think it was just my Wi-Fi was a bit laggy, but I think it's back now. I think it's back. Arsenal 2. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2. Arsenal, man. They really fumbled it, man. They really fumbled it, Arsenal. They were 2-0 up against Aston Villa. Martinelli scored the goal. Kai Havertz scoring the goal. Anything was okay, Arsenal should do this through. I know they don't have Saliba, obviously. Saliba's obviously out injured. Then obviously Saka's out injured. But I'm sorry with Arsenal, man. You can't be drawing this game at home. You shouldn't be. And for Aston Villa, man, you have to give credit to them. Tielemans there with a goal, then Ollie Watkins, and that goal from Tielemans, man. Man. But yeah, for Arsenal, as I said, man, they almost scored a late winner there with Kai Havertz obviously being disallowed for a handball there, I believe. And yeah, there was late drama at the end right there. Yes, 3-2 right there. Declan Rice. But obviously, Havertz was the one that was disallowed. Yeah, like I said, for Arsenal, man, they really fumbled it, man. They really dropped the ball. And I just think for Arsenal, man, this team just can't handle the pressure. This Arsenal team cannot handle the pressure. And I feel bad for Trossard because Trossard was amazing. I think Trossard had a fantastic game, you know. And for Arsenal, as I said, man, this is bad. I mean, look how many points behind their Liverpool guys. Arsenal is now 6 points behind Liverpool. And remember, Liverpool have a game in hand. Their game in hand is against Everton. If Liverpool win that game in hand, Liverpool could go 9 points clear. 9 points clear at the top of the table. If I'm Arsenal, man, I'm very concerned. And Mikel Arteta, man, your job is a hot seat at the end of the season. Because I'm sorry, if you do not win a trophy by the end of the season, you have to get sacked. You have to get sacked. Because remember, Arsenal is pretty much out of the FA Cup. Man United eliminated them. They're pretty much effectively out of the Carabao Cup, unless they do a crazy comeback at St. James Park. And then the Champions League. Let's be real. Do we really expect Arsenal to win the Champions League? I mean, honestly, I don't see them Arsenal win the Champions League. I mean, if you're struggling to beat teams in Premier League, like mid-table teams, how are you supposed to win the Champions League? I just don't see it. And the Premier League, yeah, Premier League is looking rough. I mean, you're 6 points behind. Saka's out. Saliba's out. And I just think for Arsenal, man, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. And Mikel Arteta, man, your job is on the hot seat, man. Your job is on the hot seat right there, man. And I just think that for Arsenal, man, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good for Arsenal. And I'm very much concerned for what Arsenal is going to happen for them. But yeah. Maybe I should do a poll, guys. I should do a poll. Let's do a poll, guys. Let's do a poll, guys. Everton 3, Spurs 2. Everton got the win there at home against Spurs. Big win for Everton and for Spurs, man. I don't know how Postecoglou is still in the job. And you know why I think Postecoglou is still in the job? It's because they're relying on the Carabao Cup. And I think the Carabao Cup is pretty much going to seal it. Now, if Spurs get knocked to the Carabao Cup, then they might sack him. So, my thing for Spurs is that they have to win a trophy this season. Because, let's be real, Premier League's not happening. Carabao Cup, they're in a good position. FA Cup, Europa League. See, the thing with Spurs is that I think their best chance is the FA Cup. If they want to win a trophy, I think the FA Cup is the best chance. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah. And then Man United 1, Brighton 3. Man United, man. This is bad. With all due respect, you shouldn't be losing to Brighton. Brighton have, guys, there's a stat going around, guys. Man United have got one win against Brighton in the last 7 games. That is ridiculous. Brighton is Man United's bogey team, 100%. So I just feel like for Man United, this is embarrassing to lose 3-1 at home. And the only goal you scored was Bruno Fernandes, which was a penalty. Like, this is ridiculous, Man United. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. Now, I know Brighton's a good team. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but a team of Man United's caliber shouldn't be losing to Brighton. They shouldn't be. And you have to give Brighton a lot of credit. They're Minta, Mitoma, they cooked, Rutter as well. And Onana, man, I think you might have to ride the bench. Onana is going to have to ride the bench. Didn't make a single save. Made that stupid error for the 3rd goal. You could also maybe even argue the 2nd goal. And I just think for Man United, man, do they have to bench Onana? Because Binder's on the bench. And we saw what Binder did against Arsenal. He had a fantastic game. So maybe Binder needs to come through. And I just don't understand with Man United, guys. Are they just good in big games? Because this is ridiculous. Like, this is the same team that beat Manchester City. This is the same team that got a draw against Liverpool. Same team that got a draw against Chelsea. And the same team that got a draw against Arsenal. Like, the only big game that Man United haven't been great was against, obviously, Tottenham. I just feel like for me with Man United, this is a weird thing. Because I think, it's kind of weird, guys. When you I think United is a team that plays better when they're given space. When they're given space to operate, I think they're very good. But when they play against mid-block teams that play kind of a low block, they don't do as well. And it's kind of similar to Barca. It's kind of similar to Barca in the sense. Because Barca, we've been good in big games. but we haven't been that consistent against the teams that we should be beating. I will get to Barca in a bit. Obviously, Barca's been way better than Man United. Obviously, Barca have way better players. But I'm saying the sense that Man United have been struggling in like team games they should be winning. And here's the thing for Man United, guys. EPL is done. I don't see them getting top 6 EPL. Man United's best chance to get a trophy is in the Europa League. So, like I said, guys, the Europa League is going to be their best chance. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah. Then Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 2. Nottingham Forest gets a win there at home against Southampton, as expected. Although I'm a bit surprised that Nottingham Forest had to struggle this much against Southampton. Nottingham Forest should be beating Southampton by more comfortably. But, you know, a win is a win, and that's the important thing there. Indeed. And then Ipswich 0, Manchester City 6. Of course, Manchester City obliterated Ipswich, not to be surprised. I'm a bit surprised they scored 6, though, to be fair. But I knew Manchester City was going to win this game. I knew they were going to win this game. And shout out to Foden, Kovacic, Joku, Holland, and Mekati. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Nottingham Forest were 3-0 up. You're right, Pookie. But I didn't expect Southampton almost pulled off a comeback. That's crazy. We got Chelsea Wolves tomorrow. Chelsea should be beating Wolves tomorrow, with all due respect. Like, with all due respect, they should be winning tomorrow. So let's read some guys' comments. 94's W. Isaac lacks physicality like strength. Isaac. Anyways, I got to go do other things to my American friends. Good luck the next few years and get out if necessary. All right, see you, Yuri. Man United is so inconsistent, bro. Irola simply outcoached Eddie Howe is all true. Stream like that. Maybe it's just me. Never runs back. Yeah, like that for me as well, but came back. Keeps trees every few minutes and coming back. Ready to Arsenal to draw 2-2-2. Who says sup? As soon as Arsenal gets put under pressure, they fold. I agree. Blake Cousins was arguing with the race car guy. Man, well, they lacked the ability to win ugly. Yeah, I would say like in terms of this season, Arsenal just don't know how to win ugly. Thomas Partey messed up for the second goal. Yeah, that's true, but he's not right back. So, Brad's a good name to be honest. It's the way United lost that's embarrassing. It's not surprising anymore to be honest. They're always up for the odd big match up, but they cannot beat teams they're supposed to be beating. Binder is just another Onana. Maybe. Although Binder did have a good game. He did have a good game against. You have to give credit. He had a good game against Arsenal. And I still feel like Onana does. I still feel like Onana should get benched, or at least be questioned. They prefer being underdogs to be reactive than be the proactive team. Nottingham Forest 3 up with a break. Took the foot off the gas. Yeah. Koba's still a bit shaky, but doing well. DM for City. Instead of them trying to play Gundo there. Yeah. You know, it's actually surprising, guys. Manchester City haven't signed a DM. They signed the other positions, but they haven't signed a DM. That's crazy. As far as Newcastle lost like that. That's one game AD. I know it's one game, but like I still feel like I don't know. I think you should give Binder a chance. I feel like Onana's making way too many mistakes. You have to give him a chance. Bournemouth remains Newcastle's bogey team. Newcastle has struggled versus Bournemouth somehow. Onana's had several good games this season as well. Yeah, I know, but like I just feel like Onana is. That's the thing with Onana is that he's had good games, but he's also had bad games. He's not consistent. That's a problem. Yeah, I get you. So as you can see, guys, this is the Premier League table as we're looking at, guys. So Liverpool is top with 50 points, Arsenal 44, Nottingham Forest 44, Manchester City 38, Newcastle 38, and Chelsea on 37 points. Interesting. So, yeah, as you can see, guys, the top four is looking very interesting, guys. You know what I'm more interesting, guys? I feel like the Premier League title race is Liverpool's title to lose. Because the thing is, like, Liverpool can draw points, but the thing is the other teams aren't going to capitalize. That's the thing. I think what's a bigger interesting thing, guys, is who's going to get top four. I think the top four battle is interesting. Because in my personal opinion, guys, I think the top four battle is between Nottingham Forest, City, Newcastle, and Chelsea. Maybe even Bournemouth, although I think Bournemouth may fall off in the second half of the season. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, guys. I think top four is an interesting battle because I do feel like Nottingham Forest can maybe get top four. I think they have what it takes to get top four. I think top four is definitely very doable for them. But the question is, how consistent will they be? That remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. I just think for Nottingham Forest, man, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Nottingham Forest. So, yeah, true. Maybe he needs to be dropped for a wake-up call for a game or two. Hello. Had to leave for like 3 minutes. Liverpool too comfy. Arsenal, Chelsea, City are 2 and gets us. So Liverpool has maybe a 3-game cushion to make mistakes. That's the thing. That's the thing. I agree with Tapua. Like Liverpool can drop points, but the thing is, the other teams, I don't know if they're going to capitalize. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I think top four, guys. Top four is a very, very interesting battle. I think we have a very interesting battle for top four, guys. Very interesting battle. So, yeah, I'll be right back, guys. My mom's calling me real quick, so let me receive this call real quick. All right, so guys, I think let's read some of you guys' comments. Let's see what you guys saying. Bournemouth are very wasteful, but too bad for Newcastle. They're clinical samurai low. I'm worried about Liverpool's getting complaints, but at the same time, Arsenal don't have a striker. Yeah. Arsenal, West Ham need a striker. I agree. West Ham injuries are hitting them hard, despite having elite players. So I think that's it for the EPL, guys. Let's move on over to La Liga. So we're 29 minutes in the stream. So La Liga, man. Let's talk about La Liga, man. And we're also going to touch about Copa del Rey, guys. I want to show you guys Copa del Rey. We have the quarterfinals coming up tomorrow. We're going to have the draw for that. So I'll show you guys the draw, how it's looking. So let's start with La Liga, man. So we got Espanyol 2, Real Valladolid 1. Shout out to Espanyol there for the win. Obviously, I don't really like Espanyol for obvious reasons, but you got to give them credit. They beat Real Valladolid, which, they're expected to. And so, yeah, then Girona 1, Sevilla 2. Sevilla gets a big win on the road against Girona. Massive for them. And then obviously, guys, this one was crazy. Leganes 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Wow, this is a big upset. And you have to give credit to Nastasic for getting that goal there in the second half. And Atleti, man, they had a lot of shots. They had the only goal from a header from the corner, and you have to give the credit there to Dimitrovic and Griezmann, man. Griezmann missed the penalty. Griezmann missed the penalty there, and the 90th minute, and it was wide. He couldn't even put it on target. For Atletico Madrid, man, yeah, it's looking rough for Atletico, man, because now their 15 games unbeaten streak is done. The last time they lost a game was to Real Betis, and Leganes, man, they beat Barcelona and Atletico Madrid this season, and La Liga is crazy. That's crazy, guys. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Who would have thought they would have won the these games? But yeah, shout out to Leganes there for that win there at home. Real Betis 1, Deportivo Alaves 3. Wow, Real Betis lost at home to Deportivo Alaves. So Deportivo Alaves there with the hat trick there. Kike Garcia, man, shout out to him. This guy balled out, a hat trick for him. And for Real Betis, man, it's looking really bad. I'm very concerned with Real Betis. Now, I've been hearing rumors that they're going to sign Anthony on loan. Maybe that's going to help them out because, I do think Real Betis needs some more attackers. Because the thing with Real Betis, what I've seen, guys, is just not clinical in the final third. And I do feel like maybe Anthony could be a good signing. I'm not really sure if it's going to work out, though. But it is what it is. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah. And yeah. Getafe won. Barca won. Shout out to Getafe there with the draw there. And yeah, I just feel like for Barca, man, we really messed up here, man. We got the goal there from Koundé. Bad mistake there from David Soria, man. David Soria made a mistake there. Koundé capitalized into Pedri was amazing. Pedri was fantastic, guys. Pedri, and probably, in my opinion, probably right now is one of the best players in the world. Best midfielders in the world. Like, in terms of central midfield, Pedri is very good. Very, very good, guys. And I feel like Pedri is a baller. And Koundé made that great assist. Goal there. Now, Amabari, man. The guy scored a beautiful goal to make it 1-1. And they're going to sub, okay, how will Barca respond? The second half got scrappy. Both goalkeepers made some big saves. Iñaki Peña. Then obviously Soria as well. Soria made that big save on Frankie de Jong. And for Barca, man, it's really frustrating that we didn't win this game, especially knowing that Atletico Madrid lost earlier in the game. Like earlier in the day, we could have capitalized on this opportunity. And I just feel like for me, this was such a missed opportunity for Barcelona not to win this game. So it is what it is. I just think for Barca, man, we have a bad record against Getafe. You know what's crazy, guys? The last time Barca scored against Getafe, we won a game here, was in 2019. We haven't beaten Getafe since then on the road. That's the last time we beat them. That's crazy, guys. On the road. That's actually crazy. 2019, guys. 6 years ago. And yeah, Getafe, man, obviously we know they're a very physical team. They're a very aggressive team. They commit a lot of fouls. But, it is what it is. It's just, we just have to move on. We have to play them twice in the league. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, shout out to Koundé there with the goal there. And yeah, it's a shame, man. It's a shame. The Celta Vigo won, Bilbao 2. Bilbao gets a big win on the road against Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo, a place that's a very difficult place to play it, but the Balaido Stadium. And you have to give credit to Bilbao for getting the win there. Were they at their best? They were clinical. And that's the important thing. They were dominant. And Celta Vigo were very poor, guys. Only 3 shots, only 1 on target is crazy to me. And you know what's crazy, guys? Bilbao and Barca are on the same amount of points, 39 points. Yeah. The Real Madrid 4, Las Palmas 1. Real Madrid got the win there at home against Las Palmas. And Mbappe is finally showing up, guys. Mbappe is finally showing up. Mbappe is looking great, guys. He's balling out. And for Las Palmas, they had a good start in the game. Obviously, Fabio Silva there with the goal there. But afterwards, it became a Real Madrid domination. Benito got sent off. The guy came off the bench, 46th minute, got a straight red card. And yeah, I mean, Las Palmas fell apart. I think Ramirez got an error there for the goal there, if I'm not mistaken. And Mbappe is balling out, man. Mbappe is looking good, guys. And a lot of criticism happened for Mbappe early in the season, saying, is he playing out of position? Why he's not been delivering? You got to give him time. And he's finally delivering now. And Mbappe is now seeing the headlines for Real Madrid. Rodrigo also balled out too. Brahim Diaz. And obviously, other players also balled out too. Valverde almost got on the score sheet. I think Vasquez was offside, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, as I said, man, but yeah, shout out to Real Madrid there for the win. Ceballos was also really good too as well. And yeah, Mbappe's looking great, man. And I think for Real Madrid, it's good to see. And also shout out to Alaba. Alaba finally played some minutes, after his long ACL injury. He's finally playing. And I think this is good to see for Real Madrid fans. And Mbappe, Alaba is good to see because I think Real Madrid needs some depth for the center back position. Yeah, so shout out to Alaba there for making his return. Osasuna won. Rayo Vallecano won. Osasuna there with the draw there. It was a pretty back and forth game. I think a draw is probably a fair result. And yeah. The Valencia won. Real Sociedad 0. Wow. Valencia get a win here at home, guys. Big win for them. Big win there for them. Duro there with the goal there. Hugo Duro in the first half. And Real Sociedad, I'm surprised they didn't score a goal there. Like, it's crazy to me. And, the thing with Real Sociedad is they're just not clinical. They're not really clinical on the road. Away form is very patchy. And, yeah, so shout out to Valencia there for the win there, guys. And, yeah, with Valencia getting that win, guys, they're putting themselves right back in contention. And you know what, guys? This is why I say Valencia is going to survive. The reason I think Valencia can very well survive is because of their home form. I think the home form for Valencia is going to be massive for it. And I think if Valencia can get their points at home, they should have enough what it takes to survive. But if they don't pick up their points at home, then it's going to be a problem for them. But yeah, Valencia, man, getting a massive win indeed. And they're only 4 points behind Deportivo Alaves. So, yeah, Real Sociedad are lacking a striker, man. And we got Villarreal, Mallorca tomorrow, guys. This is going to be an interesting game, guys. This one could go either way. I think I predicted Villarreal to win, but it could very well end in a draw. So, let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Got a lot of comments to go through. So, let's see what you guys are saying. I'll do this again. Imagine Barca wins every cup they can win except for La Liga. I'll still take it, though. Fantastic play for Manchester City. Liverpool when the Premier League grass is green. Lugano's 15 and better beating both Atleti and Barca. You don't deserve Spanish Super Cup. So it was ruled for Atletico Madrid. Barca Atletico draw points. Yes. They did. Man City need a backup striker. Feels good. Barca the draw point feels good. Greasy should have been set off as well, but his name isn't Vinny, so Spanish media isn't crying about it. Cook Madrid. It's supposed to be between league and cup winners, not 12 teams. Well, this change, yeah. Betis need to find a way to make Isco and Lo Celso coexist. They need to find another direct attacker in this January window. Yeah, Betis forwards aren't great. Yeah, Victor Roque is not enough forward depth. Yeah, it's not push for real. Gavi's a hothead. Getafe are so dirty. Yeah, media saw it on it low. I don't say that's a hate on Griezmann. I just laugh at the double standards that people refuse to admit. Low. Dog Stoke City under police. But yeah, because could have entertained FC. Wow. Yeah, I agree. Or Spanish Fulham. Yeah. Against Bordeaux, you have to be prepared for 90 minutes to our parts. Gavi stayed on. He would have got sent off. Mbappe's cooking. Bordeaux, Getafe, early 2000s, Stoke City, Towers, Ceballos, still balling. Nonsense. Well, Barca's going to be protesting today. Don't like it. Real Sociedad. And Real Betis both begging for clinical forwards. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say we won it undeserved. Sociedad needs to have the Isaac replacement. Villarreal should win, but their form has been recently. We're comfortable in the UCL spots, but now giving an advantage back to Bilbao. Yes, they have. So, guys, let's go to the Copa del Rey real quick, guys. So the draw is going to take place tomorrow. So let's go look at the quarterfinalists, shall we? So these are the quarterfinals. So I'm going to just merge the Copa del Rey here in this segment. So these are the teams that are left in the quarterfinals. So we've got 8 La Liga. We've got Atleti, Barca, Getafe, Leganes, Osasuna, Real Madrid. We also have Valencia. Honestly, for me, guys, as a Barca fan, I'm generally happy with any of the teams. Personally, for me, I would rather get like Leganes or Atletico or Real Sociedad because I'm going to get revenge. But yeah, I personally, for me, for the Copa del Rey, it's my least concern. I'd prioritize La Liga and the Champions League. But yeah, as you can see, those are coming up. In fact, this actually going to come up in 3 weeks from today. So February 4th to 6th. Those matches will take place. And of course, the draw will take place tomorrow. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens. So there you guys go with the Copa del Rey. And you can see the scores there for yourself. And so yeah, pretty much expected. I think I don't think there's any shocks there. Actually, I think this would be a shock. Bilbao losing Osasuna is probably the big surprise. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's really any other upsets in the round of 16. All right, let's move on over to Serie A. So, actually, before we go to Serie A, guys, let's go to the league table. So, as you can see, Real Madrid 46, Atletico 44, Barca 39. Barca are 7 points behind. It's rough, man. La Liga is going to be very interesting to see what happens. because Real Madrid, they might be the certain favorites. All right, let's move to Bundesliga next. Bundesliga time. So I think we're doing good in terms of time. All right. So we got Frankfurt 2, Dortmund 0. Dortmund, man, they really lost to Frankfurt. And they have to sack their coach, Sahin. Sahin needs to get sacked. You have to give credit to Kevin Trapp for being the man of the match there. Ektek is scoring the goal. And obviously, Højlund scored. I believe that's Rasmus Højlund's brother, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, shout out to Frankfurt for the win there. The Bayern gets a win there at home against Wolfsburg. Bayern made this a lot closer than it should have been, but they got the win, and that's an important thing. And yeah, Olise starting to cook. Goretzka as well. And yeah, I just think for Olise, man, it's looking good to see what happens for them. And for Wolfsburg, man, they came up close, but wasn't to be. Amora there with a brace for them. And yeah. Bochum 3, Leipzig 3. Wow, Leipzig. They really threw a 3-0 lead on the road against Bochum. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. It's really, really bad. Like, how do you, like, throw a 3-0 lead against Bochum? At Leipzig, I think they're done. They have to play as counterattacking style. And I don't think they can play position-based. I don't think they can play position-based anymore. Oh, I forgot. We have to look at the midweek games. Oh, shoot. I forgot. We have to look at the midweek games. There were some midweek Bundesliga games. Let's quickly go through those games. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. Round 17. So you can see Holstein Kiel defeated Dortmund 4-2. Dortmund, man, losing to Holstein Kiel is embarrassing. Bayer Leverkusen got the win there against Mainz at home. I think it was a free kick, if I'm not mistaken, there in that game. I think who scored the goal there? It was Grimaldo. Yeah, Grimaldo's free kick. Yep. And then Frankfurt got the big win against Freiburg at home. That was Marmoush's last goal for Frankfurt. Then obviously you got Wolfsburg 5, Borussia Gladbach 0. Then Bochum beats St. Pauli 1-0. Bayern Munich destroyed Hoffenheim. Augsburg destroyed Union Berlin. And Stuttgart did a comeback against RB Leipzig at a Werder Bremen, and Heidenheim played out to a 3-all draw. Fantastic to see there. Okay, now we're getting back to the weekend games. Heidenheim 0. St. Pauli 2. So St. Pauli gets a big win on the road against Heidenheim, which is surprising. And yeah, so shout out to St. Pauli there with the win there on the road. Then Holstein Kiel 1, Hoffenheim 3. Hoffenheim gets a big win on the road against Holstein Kiel. So shout out to them. Stuttgart obliterates Freiburg 4-0. And the Leverkusen 3, Gladbach 1. Wirtz with the brace there. Wirtz is balling out. Shout out to Florian Wirtz. And then Union Berlin 2, Mainz 1. Union Berlin gets a win there at home. At a Werder Bremen 0, Augsburg 2. So looking at the Bundesliga table, guys, Bayern Munich gets 4 points clear. Leverkusen, Frankfurt. I don't know if they'll get top 4 still, guys, with obviously Marmoush leaving. And Stuttgart. Guys, I think top 4 is very interesting. I think top 4, we have a very interesting battle because Dortmund is 10th. Is crazy. I don't know how Sahin is still in the job. They haven't won a game at all this year, guys. Werder Bremen, Freiburg, they beat Wolfsburg, guys. Top 4 is very interesting, guys. I think the top 4 battle is very interesting because you have Frankfurt, Stuttgart, Leipzig, Mainz, Wolfsburg, Freiburg, Bremen, Dortmund. They're all competing for that top 4, guys. This is going to be very interesting. And guys, I think we could see a situation where Dortmund and Leipzig both miss out on Champions League football. That's a genuine possibility. So let's read some of you guys' comments. Then we're going to talk about Serie A, which in my opinion is the best league in the world this season. In my opinion. Well, there's very hot head. He was like, no, get sent off. You're just saying it because Arme lost, bro. Be honest, so they messed up, yeah. No, bro, I wouldn't care if we won. Because I really wish Balde winded Balde off. I was great that shouldn't be playing in Saudi. Dude, same with the Saudi Super Cup. Yeah, that part obviously shouldn't be Saudi. Dortmund looks awful to see. He needs to leave. Sahi needs to leave. Yeah, Sahi should get sacked. Frankfurt don't have Marmoush anymore. Bayern scrambling past Wolfsburg. Yes, his bro. Frankfurt knows how to replace strikers. Yes, they do, man. They sold obviously Jovic. And they brought in obviously they brought in Kouamani. They sold Moani. They brought Marmouche. Frankfurt and strikers, man. They have a great connection. Leipzig are so finished. Leipzig are still paying for the sins of Red Bull Empire this season. Hey, do you remember Marmouche's career mode? Yeah, Marmouche is a fun player. He's an exciting player, man. Joke, man. Joke zing. Low. Dortmund's had to see. Dortmund is the German Arsenal. Yeah, I guess you could say. Although Dortmund do have more heritage than Arsenal. Dortmund have won the Champions League before. And they recently just made the Champions League final. So, but yeah, Dortmund is looking good. Nuri is only saved because BBB don't want to hire from outside, so they keep recycling company coaches, basically people who have been in around BBB instead of getting a new approach. Yeah, it's a very stupid in my opinion, because like, how do you lose 3 matches in a year and you're 25 points? You're already 7 points behind Stuttgart, and if you include Frankfurt, you're already 11 points behind. And look at how many points are behind Bayern Munich. I mean, Bayern Munich is 20 points ahead. That's crazy. 20 points ahead midway through the season is embarrassing. Not really. A team like I would like to see downfall. They aren't like PSG, Man City. Sané should be sacked. Yep. Kane can finally win a proper trophy. It's time they put the club era behind them and restart. I agree. I dare Bayern to ball the Bundesliga too. Haller 2. Leverkusen clinking again. Watch out, Bayern. Egypt better win the 2025 AFCON with Marmouche and Saul. I had recently. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The AFCON is still far ahead. And by the way, guys, the AFCON draw will take place next Monday. I am thinking about maybe doing a video, maybe doing a dream draw. I might do that video, guys. I'll see about time for it, but I'll see if I can do a dream draw. I'll try to drop that tomorrow for you guys. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, we're now going to move on over to Serie A, guys. The final league for today's stream. So, I need Egypt versus Cameroon for Salah versus Abu Bakar. That's fair. So, what minute are we on today's stream? So, 47 minutes. Oh, man. All right, so I think did we have midweek games? Oh, yes, we had midweek games. I'm just going to scroll through the midweek games here. So Monza 2, Fiorentina. Wow, Monza actually defeated Fiorentina. That's crazy. Round 21. Wait, where's the midweek games? Huh? Wait, where is it? Oh, wait. So January 13th. Where's January 14th? So weird. There we go. Okay, I don't know why it wasn't showing there for some reason, but whatever. Okay. So let's start with the first. We got Monza 2, Fiorentina 1. That's a big upset. I did not expect Monza to beat Fiorentina. And I think Fiorentina has unbeaten streak since a while. That's a while since Fiorentina lost. The Milan gets a win against Como as expected. Atalanta 1, Juventus 1, man. Juventus with another draw, man. Kalulu scored the goal there in the second half. And then obviously Retegui comes off the bench, scores a goal there. And yeah, for Atalanta, man, good to see them get a point there at home from a losing position. And yeah, I think it was a very even game. And for Juventus, man, they can't hold on to leads. They just seemingly cannot hold on to leads. That Inter actually got a draw against Bologna. Wow, it was a 2-2 draw. Dang, Inter actually draw points at home, which is a bit surprising. Yeah, Bologna ends Inter's unbeaten winning streak, which is a bit surprising. They're Dumfries with the goal there. Lautaro Martinez, Castro. Oh, I understand now, guys. These are like games at hand. That's why. So that makes sense now. I understand that. And obviously, Bologna, Odegaard made a mistake there for, I believe, was for the first goal there. And yeah, so shout out to Bologna there for the point there at home. So now let's go look at by round. So we got Roma 3, Genoa 1. As expected, Roma to beat Genoa was not surprising. Bologna beats Monza 3-1. Expected a Juventus, man. Juventus won a good win against Milan. And this is a huge win for Juventus, man. Timothy Weah comes off the bench, scores a beautiful goal there. Magabalagu scores. And it's interesting to see that Vlahovic got benched. Because I do feel like Vlahovic has not been great for Juventus and for Milan. Defensively, they weren't great. I think Milan defensively have to improve. And Juventus get revenge. They get revenge for what happened in the Italian Super Cup. They defeated them 2-0 at home. A massive win for them. And I just think for Juventus, man, they're looking good, man. Yildiz with the injury there. My problem with Juventus, as I said, they just need a striker. They need a striker, man, and that's a problem for them. Nico Gonzalez, I don't really know if he's really the guy that can play at striker. He's a good player, obviously. And I just think for Mata, man, it's good to see because Juventus are still unbeaten. But, guys, 21 games played, 13 draws. But, guys, look at how many points behind the title race they are. They're already 10 points behind Inter and 13 against Napoli. That's not good. I think for Juventus, the thing for them is that they have to get top 4. I think if they get top 4, it's a great season. For me, winning Serie A, I think is a bridge too far. I don't know if they have what it takes to win Serie A, but I definitely do think they can get top 4. I think top 4 is very much doable for them. And wow, what a game, man. Atalanta 2, Napoli 3. What a game this was. This was a back-and-forth game. Amazing game there. Retegui scored. Politano equalized with an amazing goal there. McTominay gives them the lead. Lookman equalizes with a beautiful goal there, and Lukaku scored the header. And the thing with Napoli is that I don't even think they were that great, but they were just clinical. Atalanta weren't. Lookman, man, he always balls up against Napoli. And remember, Napoli got revenge for the earlier defeat in the season. Remember, they lost 3-0 at home the last time the two teams played. So Napoli get revenge. And for Atalanta, man, their winning streak is done. The last time Atalanta have lost a Serie A game was against Como. That's the last time they lost a game in Serie A, I believe. Let me just double check that real quick. Yep. Since then, they've had an unbeaten streak. Yep. The last time they lost was against Como. So, yeah, and you know what's also crazy, guys? Kvaratskhelia left Napoli, and they still managed to win this game. They still managed to win this game 3-2. And you'll be interested to see how Kvara departure affects Napoli. Obviously, Dabaneres will probably be the starter now. Gisa's also balling out as well. Now, Conte, man, he's a league specialist, man. He knows how to win league titles. Like I said, guys, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Napoli there, if they could compete for the Serie A. And obviously Inter, man. For me, I think it's a 2-horse race. I don't think Atalanta is going to compete anymore. I think it's between Inter and Napoli for the league title. And I think we can all agree that Inter have a better squad. But remember, Napoli only have one game midweek. So, and Ederson there made a mistake for, I think it was the first goal I think he made a mistake there for. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Fiorentina 1, Torino 1. Dang, Fiorentina, man. How are you drawing at home to Torino? That's bad. Even with them down to 10 minutes, sad. Like Cagliari 4, Lecce 1. Shout out to Cagliari for the big win there at home against Lecce. They did a comeback. Parma 1, Venezia 1. Pretty back and forth game, I guess. And then Lazio destroy Hellsborough 3-0. The Inter beat Empoli 3-1. So shout out to Inter for the big win there. Indeed. And Empoli there. So Como Udinese play tomorrow. That'll be interesting to see what happens. Como probably should win. But yeah, looking at the table right there, guys. So Napoli is 50 points. Inter is 47 points. And Atalanta 43. Yeah, I think Atalanta, it's looking rough for them. I'm not sure if they can win the Serie A. They got a lot of catch up to do. And remember, guys, Inter do have a game in hand. Their game in hand is against Fiorentina. So, but top 4 guys is looking interesting. Lazio 39, Juventus, Fiorentina, Bologna, Milan. Guys, top 4 is very interesting. I think in terms of, like I said, Serie A has the best title race, best top 4 race, and even the relegation battle I think is also interesting as well. So, yeah, like I said, man, West to McKennie, man, he's balling out. I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see how this one pans out because Serie A, man, looking very interesting, man. Very, very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, McKennie, man. McKennie's been good. So. But what? Wait, where? Oh, McKennie played a right back. Wow, I didn't even know that. Dang, he actually had a good game at right back. It's crazy. Wow. Interesting. So let's look at what you guys are saying here in the chat. And how many likes we're on today's stream. So we're currently on 6 likes. Let's get up to 10 likes if we can, guys. That'll be greatly appreciated. All right, let's read some of guys' comments. Energy defense equals De Gea. Lol. What? Dang. I would think it's him. True. I wouldn't say Virginia's United. This guy's already know. Trust him multiple. Trust him multiple. On goal and pen is why they lost. Same man. Lukaku. Juventus aim should be winning Serie A, not top 4. Well, you have to keep in mind, Tari, Juventus have been bad these last couple of seasons. Juventus have not been great the last couple of seasons. They've been under rebuild now. Obviously, and I just think for Juventus right now, what they're trying to do is to make sure they get back in the Champions League and get top 4. But yeah, I do see what you're saying. Obviously, at the end of the season to begin to compete for Serie A, but I don't think it's realistic to win Serie A now at this point. Lukaku under Conte is world class. I agree. Cavara made a mistake leaving Napoli for LSG. I agree. It's like saying Real Madrid's aim should be top 4, not winning La Liga despite the biggest club in the world. Well, Real Madrid have higher stands than Juventus, man. Honestly, Cavara hasn't been that good this season, so it's not going to be a big miss. I'm sorry. I mean, it's going to be a miss to some degree. Lukaku turned him a big game too. I did say Napoli or Atalanta win Scudetto. Yeah, I'd like to see Atalanta do it, Steve, but I don't think it's realistic. Inter Milan, are you efficient? 80 shot, you're American. McKennie, Thorne's one of the best strikers in the world. McKennie played everywhere. The jack of all trades. He's very versatile. Yeah, he's a good player, man. McKennie is actually a great player, guys. Great player. So let's see how many likes we're on. We're at 7 likes, guys. Can we get up to 8 likes? If we can get up to 8 likes, that'll be great. So I'm just going to check on Portuguese league real quick since we kind of actually finished on time. So we can just touch upon that league real quickly. And then I think we'll wrap it up for today. So Sporting's on 44, Benfica 41, and Porto 40 points. So it'll be a very interesting title race in Portugal Liga. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Okay, let's check Liga on real quick, and then we're going to wrap it up. 80, check out Marseille lost. Oh, Marseille tied. So PSG, 46 points. They're still unbeaten. 9 points clear of Marseille. And the Eredivisie. PSV 46, Ajax 45. Dang, Ajax is only 1 point behind. All right, Turkish Super League. Let's see what's going there. Galatasaray 51. Fenerbahce 46, 45. But yeah, anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Let's read some of you guys' final comments. We're going to head out. Men's AC Milan just shadows once they were. It's a shame you're not in Euro group. Inter Milan, the top dogs in Serie A now. Marseille are finished. That league is rigged for PSG confirmed. Ajax might win Eredivisie again. Nah, it should still be PSV. PSV should win it. But yeah, guys, we're going to have Champions League midweek, guys, on Wednesday, guys. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And then, of course, Europa League on Thursday. And then, of course, we're going to have our weekend recap on Sunday, guys. So a lot is going up there, guys. And we did a good time for today's stream. All right, bye. Stream was good. Monaco lost. Montpellier, you can't tell me it's not rigged for PSG. Yeah, PSG, man. I think the question is, I have a bigger question is, will they finish the season unbeaten? Because they finish the season unbeaten, I prefer not to speak. I prefer not to speak if they finish the season unbeaten. They better not finish the season unbeaten, bro. Oh, guys, last question, guys. What if Juventus finish the season unbeaten and don't get top 4? Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. See what happens there. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I want you guys to like and subscribe on your way out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out. So let's see how many likes we're on at the end of the stream. So 7 likes. All right. I think we're wrapping up here, guys. All right, let's read some of your guys' final comments. Actually, go book Pookie Kama. It is what it is. You know, get our league on low. With PSG better should be unbeaten every year. I mean, Juventus low. That's not an achievement. All the league on owners hate NAK. Good night. Peace. 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 Peace.